Hey friends, Dana and I here with the Inner Wisdom Lab, and we've been checking in with each other and thinking about this moment in time. For reference, it's March 2025. So lots of chaos and craziness going on in the world, and we talk a lot about the inner wisdom that we need to meet the moment. So we thought we might do a little card draw and see what shows up. Then we might be able to draw on for ourselves and share with you.
Yes, totally. Hi, everybody. Um, yeah, I've got the Wildwood Tarot, and we'll see. I guess the question I might ask is, how can I best connect to my inner wisdom in these times?
Ooh, good question.
What's needed? How can I do that?
And I have the spell casting oracle deck, and I'm gonna do the same question. And we're gonna see what shows up.
Ooh. Hmm.
What you got, Dana?
I got the Mourning Card. And when I pulled it, I felt this grief actually come over me and just like this idea around, what's needed to tap into my inner wisdom is to connect to the grief that's present in me. Yeah. Oof. Which is like one of those things where you're like, I don't want to deal with grief right now. I don't want to, but it's there. I felt it. As soon as I looked at the card, I felt the
Right.
grief is present and there. Yeah.
And that's so interesting because this morning I did a little recording on connecting with the element of water for the Inner Wisdom Lab, which we'll get it up at some point. But that was one of the things that I referenced there was about the need to be in touch with the emotions and let them flow through. And that when we think about water, and particularly I was thinking about waves in the ocean, how the waves will bring things in, and as they recede, they take things away. And so there's this constant motion of bringing in what you need and letting go what you don't want. But that whole notion of we really have to feel deeply into those emotions, but let them flow, not to get stuck in them.
Mm-hmm. Right. Which I can do because I don't acknowledge it or tend to it. So then it's present, but I'm not conscious of it. So I'm grateful that that's the card that came up.
Yeah, that's great. And then in terms of how can I best connect to my inner wisdom in these times, I drew the animal card.
Beautiful.
Isn't it though?
Mm, animals, yeah.
Right.
That's so good.
And just their sense of presence, unconditional love and connection, and then also power. Because first I was thinking about my cats, obviously, and other animals like that. But then when you really look at the card, we've got the wolf and owl there down in this corner, and eagle or dove. It looks like a dove up above.
Mm,
And
mm,
so I also think, animals, nature, connecting with nature, being grounded in that way. And then we've got this big moon in the background, and just all of the power and the wisdom that comes from the moon and the moon cycles.
mhm. As we get ready to have a full moon lunar eclipse. Days. Yep.
Exactly.
Beautiful. I
Anything
love
else?
that. The animals, my dog, he's always, of course, so present, and animals are so evolved compared to humans. And so yesterday, it's like just taking 5 minutes and playing ball out
Oh,
front with him. It's like he's so excited. He's like all in, playing, 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 and it just makes me remember to just like stop and play.
yeah. Well, and to give permission to do that, especially in a time when we're feeling grief or
Mm,
overwhelm or whatever else. And I think that detaching from whatever's going on to be present in that moment with dog or cats or kids or whatever the case is, um, just frees up the mind
Yeah.
and gives us the space for that inner wisdom and that inner knowing to come flowing in
Yeah.
when we least expect it sometimes.
Totally.
The other thing about this card that I like, it's interesting, the owl is on the ground, but we see the trees in the background and they're all standing on the earth. And so
Mm,
it really is, it's the animals, but it's so much more than that when we're talking about using the element of the earth to really ground and to remind ourselves to renew and refresh. And the green in the leaves just reminds me that there's always new growth. And
mm,
when we do what you just said, which is like take that time out, we create that opportunity for some new growth and new awareness, and just again allow ourselves to follow our inner wisdom and our inner knowing.
yeah, totally. So maybe the invitation for those who listen is to pull out some tarot cards and ask the question, what do I need today for my own to activate my own inner wisdom? What might be needed in this?
Beautiful. Sweet. Well, thanks everyone for watching, and enjoy your nature, enjoy your tarot cards or whatever's going to come up for you next, and whatever pearls of wisdom you take away from the cards that Dana and I drew.